currently experiencing tachycardia and diaphoresis. For those who don't know what that is, it just means I'm currently having like a fast heart rate and I'm sweating.
We'll take care of you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I give thanks to God, with whom none of this would have been possible. Thank you, Dr. Haynes Gaines, for that introduction, and thank you, Dean Nikitas, and the outstanding nursing faculty and staff. To the families who have traveled near and far, and to my fellow graduates, thank you for being here. Thank you for witnessing this moment that for many of us has been years in the making, and through sacrifice, early morning clinicals, sleepless nights, more cups of coffee than I care to admit, and yes, the ATI comprehensive predictor. My name is John Uzochukwu Ukor, and today I stand before you as a proud graduate of Rutgers University, Camden, School of Nursing. Growing up, there was always an Igbo language proverb that stuck with me. Nwata kocha aka, usoro ọgaranya rie nri. Which translates to if a child washes their hands, they can dine with the wise elders. Today, we graduates have all washed our hands, and we can now dine with them. And for me, that journey began far from here. I stand before you as a proud immigrant from Africa, Nigeria to be precise, and also a proud American citizen who once looked at this country and dared to dream that one day I could become a nurse. When I first arrived in the United States, I carried more than just a suitcase. I carried my family's hopes, their prayers, and the weight of a responsibility to succeed, not just for myself, but for everyone back home who believed in me when I was still learning to believe in myself. I did not come here on a student visa with a return ticket in my pocket. I came as someone who chose this country as home and then chose to build a future here, one hard-earned step at a time. I remember those early days clearly, when I commuted 3 hours round trip from North Jersey, just outside of Newark, while I was working a 12-hour shift from 3 p.m. From 3 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. at a pharmaceutical company. There were mornings I felt exhausted just before the day had even started, driving the New Jersey Turnpike in those early hours, leaving home by 6 a.m. just to make it to class by 8 a.m. And if I'm being completely honest, there were times I sat alone in my car thinking, there's no way I can keep doing this. And mind you, guys' prices were high. But somehow I did, and something tells me I'm not the only one in this room who had that exact thought, because nursing school has a way of humbling you very quickly. 1 minute you think you've got it figured out, the next you're staring at the pharmacology exam wondering if it's too late to switch majors. And I say that from personal experience. During my junior year, I was not doing well in med-surg. The pressure, the workload, the expectations, it all felt like too much. I sat with the weight of a decision that felt impossible. But something remarkable happened. People believed in me when I stopped believing in myself. Professors who truly cared. Professor Samantha Tucker and so many others at this school saw potential in me that I could not yet see. My classmates who became my family, my study buddies and my South African crew understood the struggle without needing an explanation. My friends kept calling. My family who has sacrificed so much never once stopped encouraging me to hold on. To every person who spoke life into me during those dark times, thank you. You will never fully know what your words meant. A single don't give up can change the entire trajectory of a life, and I am living proof of that. As immigrants and children of immigrants, especially those of us whose parents left everything familiar behind to build something new here, our journeys are often layered with challenges that are not always visible to others. We navigate new systems, new culture, and new expectations, all while holding tightly to where we come from. We carry responsibility not just for ourselves, but for our families and our communities. But what I have learned is this: those experiences did not break us. They forged us. They've shaped us into compassionate, resilient, and more deeply human caregivers. Beyond the clinical skills and long study sessions, This school gave me something I did not expect: a new family, new siblings, and a sense of belonging in a place far from home. I was also fortunate to experience nursing beyond these university walls through learning abroad trips to Jamaica and to South Africa. As someone who came from Africa, returning to the continent as a nursing student was deeply personal, and it confirmed something I will carry for the rest of my career. Cultural competence is not a checkbox. It is a commitment to learning, listening, and honoring the full humanity of every patient who places their trust in your hands. I want to say something that I wish someone had said to me on my first day of nursing school, and something Dr. Mary Wonenberg was kind enough to say to me in Jamaica. You do not have to be the top student in your class to be a great nurse. What you have to be is present, emotionally present in the room with the patient. You have to be willing to sit with someone in their pain, to not see them as a diagnosis, but as a person with a family who loves them, a life they want to return to, and a story that deserves to be treated with dignity. You have to be willing to advocate for them, even when it is uncomfortable and difficult. Nursing has changed the way I see the world. It has taught me empathy in the most raw and real sense. You cannot stand at someone's bedside, holding space for their fear without it changing you. And I am grateful, deeply grateful for that change. I leave this place deeply grateful for that change. And I leave this place carrying perseverance, cultural competence, and the memory of every professor and every colleague who shaped me here. If this journey has taught me anything, it is that giving up is simply not an option. You show up, you stay committed, you give your best every single day. That is the nurse I intend to be. To the faculty and staff, thank you for your guidance, for your patience, and your unwavering belief in all of us. You chose a profession that shapes other professions. That is not small thing. To the families and friends in this room, you carried us when we could not carry ourselves. This degree belongs to you as well. To my own family who crossed oceans to get here, and who crossed even greater distances in faith, prayers, and sacrifices, this degree is yours as much as it is mine. To my mom, can you please stand? For every sacrifice, every prayer, every 3 a.m. prayers you make, the NSPPD, and for believing in me when I stopped believing in myself, thank you. And now I would like to ask all parents, families, and loved ones in the rooms to please stand. Take a look around, graduates. These are the people who carried us, who believed in us even when we stopped believing in ourselves. Let's give them the recognition they deserve. And to my fellow graduates, we made it. Through the long nights, the clinicals, the exams, and every moment of doubt that tested everything we had, we are still here. Today, we do not just celebrate a degree. We celebrate every 3 a.m. study session when we almost quit, every clinical where we were terrified but showed up anyway, every voice, including our own, that said maybe this was not for us, but we proved them wrong. We did not just earn a degree, we earned the right to call ourselves nurses. This journey was not easy, but